JNBEATZ, how you do that?
Yo gang, what's up? Today I want to show you how to make these dark vintage samples like Cubeatz. But before we get started, I want to say thanks for all the support. I recently reached 500 subscribers on YouTube and I'm super happy about that. So yeah, thanks to you all. So I want to split this video in 3 parts. First I want to show you what sounds and VSTs you should use for these Cubeatz samples. And after that I show you some really nice techniques to create catchy melodies. And last I show you how to mix your samples to achieve this vintage Cubeatz sound. Yeah, so let's get started. Cubeatz often use real instruments for their samples, so you should use vintage pianos, harps, guitars, flutes, strings and so on. For this beat I got this tambura from Balkan Ethnic Orchestra. Next we got this preset from Xband. We got this organ from Kontakt. For some textures I chose this pad, also from the Balkan Ethnic Orchestra. For the sub we got this real bass from Kontakt. And the last sound is the Jubel flute. It's my favorite flute VST, I really love the sound of it. If you don't want to spend thousands of dollars or contact banks, I got some really nice low budget recommendations for you. The first one is Xband. I think I bought it for about $10. That's really the best you can get for this amount of money. Next one is Labs from Spitfire Audio, especially the soft piano. Next one is the Jubel flute. As I said, that's my favorite flute bank. Another one is the Guitar Am Light by Ampersound. For sure the best free guitar VST out there. So let's move on to the melodies. First you should come up with a simple but catchy melody. What you should keep in mind is that Cubeatz hire musicians to play real instruments for their samples, so the timing of the melodies should be a little bit off. I'm starting with a simple minor chord. Transpose the note in the middle up to make the chord sound more full. Next I will strum the chord to make it sound more realistic. Okay, so now I will add some notes to fill up the melody. Yeah, I think that's a good starting point for the sample. Next I will layer it with the tambura from Kontakt. It sounds not that great together, but I will put the tambura in the background while mixing later. So let's move on to the organ and build a nice Topmelody for the sample. For a nice atmosphere you can use nice pads, vocals or textures. For this one I don't want to have a crazy melody, just a little sound in the background to make the sample more interesting. So for the basses you want to add some rhythm and move between notes, cause that's how you would play a real bass. You nearly never would just play the root note and let it play the whole pattern. For the second part I want to add some variation. Maybe we could use some triplet bounce here. Yeah, that's nice. So now for the main part of our sample I will add the flute. You really want to come up with a catchy flute melody, cause the flute will set the bounce for the drums and the whole song. For this bouncy flute patterns you should switch between really short notes and some longers. Yeah, that's it for the melody, and now the last but also really important part, mixing. So first you want to give each instrument its own space. You can do it by leveling, panning and stereo separation. After that you can use some creative effects like chorus, halftime, delays, reverbs and so on. After you are done with all instruments, you should affect the whole sample. For example, you should use something like kickstart to make the sample sound more like a real sample and add some movement. Next, you should cut some lows and highs to make the sample sound more old. The last step is using some vinyl or tape machine VSTs to create this vintage sound. Yeah, that's it for the video. If you learned something in this video, please leave me a like and a comment, and now let's listen to the beat I made with the sample.